Well, hello everyone. Welcome to the Sea Stone Lowdown. Exciting episode here. I'm going to walk you through what our service is going to look like this coming Sunday and what you can expect when you drive in and how to attend service if you're going to join us in person this Sunday. So first of all, we're standing in the parking lot. This is one way that you'll be able to enter service. If you notice in the spots over here to my left, there are cones on every other spot, which means you can only park in every other parking spot, which means this area is going to be pretty limited parking wise. So if you can walk a block or two, we would ask you to park a block or two away so that we can save the spots for people who need it, families, that kind of thing, people who can't walk as far. Save these spots for them. It's a little bit closer to the church and all that. But whether you're parking here or you're going to just be walking up from the street on this side, you're going to walk through the parking lot and over this way right to this table over here. This is where our check-in is going to be. We're going to have a couple volunteers here to take your temperature, and if you are, we would ask you to take your temperature beforehand at home. But once you've done that, come here. We'll take your temperature again just to double check, and then we will have one of our ushers escort you to one of your to a designated square, a 12 by 12 space where we're going to ask you to be hanging out for the rest of service. So I'll walk you through. Once you guys check in right here, usher will escort you through this gate, and he'll escort you to one of these 12 by 12 squares. So one thing that we would ask you, if you notice, I'm all in the sun here, and it is, it's probably not going to be blazing hot on Sunday, but it was warm last Sunday, definitely in the sun. So if you have a small kind of umbrella, definitely recommend a hat or a sunscreen too would even be good. Something that wouldn't be in someone else's way. It's kind of hard for us to manufacture shade here, so if you guys have some sort of small shade you can bring for just yourself, we would love to try to set that up. There's maybe some spots here that we just can't fit shade because it's blocking the camera or it's blocking someone else's view. So we're going to hope that we can get shade for everyone, but that's something that we can't really control. But if you have something you can bring, hopefully we'll be able to set that up in your designated square to get you a little bit of shade. But it is kind of warm, so just kind of plan accordingly. Sunglasses, hats, sunscreen, a little bit umbrella would be nice. It will make service more comfortable for you. And so once your usher walked you into your 12 by 12 square, we're going to ask you to stay in here for the most part of service. We'll escort everyone in, and then we'll actually release people at the end of service, kind of by rows, kind of by section. That way we're just not all filing out of that gate at the same exact time. Another thing we'd ask you to do is wear a mask while you're in service. We're going to ask everyone to wear a mask, even staff. The only time I'm going to not be wearing a mask is when I'm speaking, and same with Jesse or Allie, whoever is doing worship. The only time they won't be wearing a mask is when they're actually up front leading worship. We'll ask everyone else to wear a mask at this time. We're going to cut away and I'm going to show you the next entrance. All right, so we're upstairs now on the Redondo side, the street of Cornerstone. So if you are parking in this neighborhood along here, along the streets, we would like you to go to this entrance, which is right here behind me with the steps. There will be two people here at this table here to take your temperature. Again, we'd ask you to take it home first. Wear a mask when you show up. Wear a mask when they're taking your temperature, as they will be. And we'll have two ushers to take you down these stairs into the seats that are over there. We also have a limited number of seats that are actually going to be up here on the patio. We're kind of going to designate those for the any elderly folks who show up. Again, we would ask if you have health conditions, you feel like it's not safe for you to come to service, feel free to join us via stream, join us live via stream. We'd love to have you there with us, but we're going to save this kind of area for someone who's a little more reserved, for those people who can't go navigate downstairs and for whatever reason and all that. So that's kind of what you'll expect when you come here. We would ask something that's really important, is that this is our first time doing this with a bigger group of people. So if everyone could be here by 9:50. I know we're kind of a later church. It's kind of our normal thing. But really, it is going to be kind of, I think, difficult for us to get everyone in at the same time. So if we have people showing up at 10:15, it's going to be really disruptive for service. So if you could be here by no later than 9:50, if you plan on attending service, we'll get you seated, we'll get you set early. That way we can actually start the stream at 10 o'clock. And so people who are watching on YouTube at home can join us at the correct time. We just want to be respectful for those people who aren't coming here and make sure that we're still starting service on the same time. So again, 9:50 would be super helpful if you could show up at that time. Another couple reminders is that we will not have children's service or nursery service of any kind. You're welcome to bring your kids and your nursery age children. They just will have to be with you in your little family square during service. And I'm speaking. I don't mind if they're making noise, moving around, shuffling. That's totally cool. It's part of just being part of the church family as we have kids. So you're welcome to bring them, but just keep that in mind that there won't be a separate service for them tomorrow on Sunday. So again, if you're joining us, park on either side of the church. Please, if you can walk, don't park in the parking lot. If you can walk a block or two, please park a little bit away from the church and join us that way. And if you do not feel comfortable joining us in person, we would love for you to join us via stream. We encourage that. We're not in any way shaming you for not coming. We know that this is still an extraordinary time for everyone. So we would just ask that if you can walk, and if you can't join us, please do join us live. We would love for that community to continue to be a thing on Sunday mornings. A couple more notifications is if you do not have a chair, like a lawn chair or something like that to bring where you can sit in, because we don't have chairs provided. We do have some chairs on backup. If you're just like, hey, I literally don't have that thing, we have some chairs that we'll let you set up. We'll just ask you to grab them, and you can set them up yourselves. As well as a mask, we would ask that you wear a mask. If you don't wear one, we will have some here. I know masks are kind of annoying and frustrating. I can't stand wearing masks, but it is one of our kind of state mandated regulations. So we're going to wear those the whole time. So those will be provided for you guys if you just do not have those things available. We would love for everyone to come in and be a part of church on Sunday. We would ask for patience just in the process, and as we kind of iron these things out, and as we just shoot for kind of an unknown area for Cornerstone in this kind of opening service outside and with all these regulations and stuff. So we encouraged by the fact that we are able to meet together. I know this last Sunday, even just having our volunteers for the service attending, it was really encouraging to have a church body there gathered together in community worshiping, and we're excited to have it again this Sunday. So if you have any questions about this and what this looks like, you can feel free to email me, logan@cornerstone.la. Or just check out our website. We have all these instructions listed on here as we have in this video also. And we are excited to be meeting back in person. We would ask you to pray for our church as we reopen, and pray for the logistics and the details and so much that goes into the background of that. I really want to send a special thank you to Jason Tank and Chris Foster. They are our tech guys, our primary tech guys here at the church, and you just have no idea what they've been doing in order to have service go online, and then in order for us to do service outside. It's just all been kind of extraordinary levels of techno wizardry. So thank you to those guys so much, and thank you for you guys for joining us. We're excited to see you guys on Sunday.